just went live. If anyone can give me a thumbs up or something in the chat to say you can see and hear us. I probably should get a microphone so you can hear better, but visuals should be okay. I hope.
In the next 30 seconds, 250 couples will need to make room for a nursery rhyme.
Sorry, folks. Just working some stuff out here.
You need me or you good?
I'm not sure. Just trying to get the chat thing. There we go. Oh, celebrate. Okay. All right. Looks like we have a few people here. We got 14 people already. That's a great start. Welcome everyone to the latest and well overdue live stream. Let's see. I want to say welcome to Carissa, Spicy Tuna Rolls. We also have Great Big Rams, Forward 3. Bourbon St Joe's here. Welcome, Bourbon. And we have a special guest star. Kiwi Dude is here.
Kiwi Dude!
Woohoo! And which is actually, I don't know how much to vamp. I guess we already got 14 people. We might as well just go ahead and get started. Hello, Emily's here. The big news, before we even get to any of this stuff, is the fact that, as I'm sure everybody's aware, Kiwi Dude has returned. I don't want to say returned from the dead. That sounds kind of dark, but he has returned to the land of the reviews, which is pretty amazing. And he's already got 2 up. If anybody hasn't seen them yet, go to the Kiwi Dude's channel and check them out. The reason why it's pretty amazing is, well, I mean, everybody loves Kiwi Dude, and so it's amazing to have Kiwi Dude videos, but the fact that it's been 7 years since his last video. And I know he had teased earlier about coming back, and he actually went ahead and did it. And everybody who loves the Kiwi Dude videos, I'm sure remembers the boss. And the thing that's pretty interesting now is after so much time has passed, there's actually a mini boss now and a medium boss. And we also have the window open, so it's a little bit. There could be some street noise. I apologize if.
Close that.
Well, we might sweat if we close.
We might sweat. I don't know if we're gonna sweat. Hi, everyone.
And Mrs. G's here too. We got a little to talk about there too. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna start off with that, with celebrating Kiwi Dude's return. Wow, so it's really quiet in here. I was actually getting used to that outside noise. But that's a great thing, and I apologize. This is our first stream and first anything other than the fact that I've finally ventured into the land of shorts, and I'm a little bit rough on the edges yet, but other than that, it's my first content since the holiday special back in December, which is really no excuse for that. And I'm still not making videos, but I'm kind of hoping that Kiwi's return maybe will inspire me to actually get back into the swing of things. So 24 people. Let's see, Xeno Saga. Oh, Multi Magnum, welcome Magnum. I think I did everybody. Oh, Paul B, welcome. And speaking of Paul Bukima, the name of this, the title of this was "Oh Canada." I didn't really put that in the name, but it's in the thumbnail. And of course, the main reason is because we're going to be checking out this IMP right here. But I also kind of wanted to, actually since not last July, but the year before, I wanted to celebrate all our Canadian friends in the community, and there's a lot of them. And this meal right here was actually supplied by Bourbon St Joe, who's sent actually a lot of this other stuff was also from Bourbon St Joe too, and obviously that's a valuable thing for me, is having great people send me great stuff. But in addition to Bourbon St Joe, there's a lot of other great members of the community who are from Canada, and I'm hesitant to call out names because I know I'm going to forget some. But just to give a quick list, in addition to Bourbon St Joe NOLA, we also have CT, who's also known as Canadian Trucker, and we have Smitty, who's 2 of the very active members, or generally active members of the community. We also have Average Joe MRE, and Paul Bukima, who's actually here, which is awesome. I see Tracy's here, not Canadian, but welcome, Tracy. And Pine Tree Line Outdoors, John MRE, and B Temples are a few of the other ones. And so I just wanted to say, send out love to all those north of the border, and to everybody else, everybody in the U.S. and everybody in other countries. I know Magnus is not able to make it, but he did tune in during the pre-show to kick off the chat, all the way over from Sweden, and unfortunately he has to. I shouldn't say unfortunately he has to work, but unfortunately he can't be here. But he's here in spirit. Elevators by Lexi, welcome. Let me see. And Mrs. G is actually kind of not recording. She's saving this for posterity. She's doing a little. What's the word I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
Not
You want to say
not
hello to
making
me?
history. I will in a second. She's gonna be moderating. It's obviously we're using her computer. That's why she's showing up when I type in. But I can't do this stuff and moderate at the same time, so she's going to be taking care of the moderation. But she was in moderation. She's going to be taking care of the moderation, I guess. But she was documenting. That's the word I was thinking of. She was documenting this because she actually has a channel too. Yeah, Mrs. gschultz9's channel has gone live a few months ago now, right? 2 or 3 months ago?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Something she's been threatening to do for a long time.
I've been threatening to do it.
I will do it.
I
And
love it.
and it finally happened, and she's garnered some success. Thanks in big part to our community here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been really fun.
Yeah, the thing that's funny is she's mostly doing shorts, and when she started, I have never done a short, and I know that's the thing now, and that's what all the youngins do. And so she's like, "Oh, help me out with this, and get me started." I'm like, "I have no clue how to do this. Like, I don't know what I'm doing." And we actually made one that was a 60-second one, and I mistakenly cut it down to 15 seconds. It ended up being one of her most viewed videos,
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
But anyway, she started, and we were gonna try to do. We just figured, let's just go live. We'll do like what we do on the gschultz9 channel. We'll just go live for a minute and introduce the channel, and we realized that she needed 50 subscribers to be able to go live, which is something I never had to deal with because there was no such thing as live when I started.
Mm-hmm.
You did need 1,000 subscribers to. I can't remember what the rules
Yeah,
were.
there
I'm
was
sure people
something.
remember. I don't know if it was to get monetized. I think. Anyway, she needed the 50, so I went on to the Facebook page and possibly on the YouTube channel, and just asked people to check out a channel, and if they felt like it, throw a subscription our way, and if we could get her up to 50, then we could do live streams. And within a couple days, hit 50, and we went to do a video to thank people and say, "Hey, yay, we made it to 50," and bam, it went up to 200.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And I think that video celebrating the 50, which actually it was celebrating 100, but it was 200. Anyway, that one ended up getting like 11,000 views, which was, I don't know what happened. You hit some algorithm, which was really kind of cool.
That's.
Nothing like that's happened since, but that was, you'll take that, right? Take that
I am
every
not
day.
really sure what I'm doing with it, and
But you'll take 11,000 views.
I'll take 11,000 views. I have no idea what I'm doing though, and
Yeah.
it's just a very fun way to connect with people and be creative. Because you and I are both creatives. We like to do things. We like to communicate.
Welcome, Aletha.
And yeah, thanks, Kiwi Dude. Yeah, I'm just trying on a bunch of different things. So check the channel out and let me know if you have any thoughts on what I should pursue. I know I jokingly said it probably will not be reviewing MREs, but I did do a few food things. We had Swedish waffles.
Yeah, it is a tough thing.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, I remember there was a few people in the community before who whose spouses started doing reviews, and you could tell it wasn't really their thing. It wasn't really what they wanted to be doing. I don't know why I keep saying thing. At least our daughter's not around to get angry with me. And that's obviously if I'm going on the channel and saying, "Hey, can you please check out my wife's channel and give her some subscriptions?" This community is mostly about the rations. That's what our common thing is. Everybody has their own interests. Everybody has their own different things, but it seems natural to say like, "Oh, Mr. gschultz9 is a channel. Bam, it's gonna be ration reviews," but that's not really the case. And I don't know. So we'll just be open, and I think she's still figuring out exactly what she wants to do. She's kind of doing a hodgepodge of different things. let's see, there'll be some food stuff. There's like some nature stuff. There's some outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
There's some
Bouncing around.
art based stuff because she went to an art school for college and she's a bit of an artist. Actually, I wonder
Oh
if,
God. But people don't want to hear about me. They want to get to your.
back in the background here, this is actually a little thing she did. I don't know if you noticed that the background's a little different. Usually we just have our regular wooden table, but she put out this art paper. Is this art paper? Or is it just butcher paper? Or I don't know what it is, but she like kind of covered the table with it and sort of uses that for her art stuff. And she also brought home some flowers from work too. Figured, spruce up the place a little bit.
It definitely spruces up the situation here.
Yeah, and yeah, so I guess there'll be like art stuff, and there'll be and there's like life advice, like there's like life hacks and like I don't know things that she learns and wants to share with people. We'll see what happens, and we'll continue doing that, and I'll probably be making appearances there. Well, I'm generally the one filming them. Actually, you've been doing solo ones lately.
Mm-hmm. I've moved past you.
Yeah, I'm done.
You're in now.
I'm passe. But anyway, so that's the great news, and the Kiwi Dude returning is great news, and it gives me hope for myself because he was gone for 7 years and just jumped right back into it. Got punched out a couple quick videos, which were really nice, and I've been gone over 4 years, and there's a part of me that's like, that's a long time to be away. I don't know if I'm ever going to come back, but it gives me some inspiration, it gives me some hope. And so we're celebrating Canada, and we're celebrating the 2020 individual meal pack, IMP, that Bourbon St Joe sent us from Canada. If you were here for the holiday special, I opened up the box that Joe had sent me almost a year earlier. It was like, I was very lax in getting around to the stuff, but and something had happened in the box. It was opened by customs, which for one thing. It doesn't appear as though they had messed with anything or removed anything, but they definitely opened it, and it was like moisture inside. Like it had been moist. It seemed like it was dry, but the cardboard felt like it had been wet at some point, which is kind of strange. And when I pulled out the IMP, it was covered in oil, but pretty much almost the whole thing had like this oil on it. So we're like, oh no, something leaked on it, and we started going through the box, and everything else seemed to be fine. Nothing else seemed to have oil on it. One thing that was a potential culprit was this giant Reese's peanut butter cup, but this didn't have anything on it. It seems hard to believe that it would leak.
That in my hand, I want to feel how heavy it is.
Seems hard to believe it would leak out,
Oh jeez.
heft it,
Oh my God.
and not get onto this packaging.
That's crazy.
I brought out a few things from the box, in addition to the IMP, because, well, I thought the girls were going to be here with us too.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is home. She may come out, she may not. And for a little bit, I thought I was going to be going solo because Mrs. G was out visiting somebody. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to be doing this by myself. But
I wouldn't miss this for the world.
of course not. So we have a few other little tasty treats from Canada, including this one right here, which I apologize, Bourbon St Joe. It's definitely out of date, but I don't know what AL stands for in French. I don't know if it's April or August. I figured it has to be one of the two, but whatever it is, it expired in AL 13 of 2023. So it's either a little bit over a year out of date, or a lot, almost. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, or almost 2 years out of date. One or the other.
Bourbon says
Either-
April.
April. Okay, so it's so it's not. Well, no, I guess that's the worst one. But whatever. It's 13 months out of date.
Bourbon
Big
says
deal.
here for the solution of the mystery. LOL.
Yes, and I know he's waiting for that, and I don't know if anybody else is waiting with bated breath, but I kind of am too. And we're gonna try and get to stuff pretty quickly. I did want to say I have an idea for future streams to make them a little bit less boring for non-stream watchers, because this is a really fun. I love doing this. I love having the chat. I love the fact that there's communities here. We're doing this live. It's actually beaming out live TV. And with all the good and the bad, like we can't cut anything out. But I also acknowledge the fact that it's an hour and a half, 2 hours, and once the live stream stops, it gets processed and it turns into a video. Anybody can watch it, and I can say there's content there. But who wants to sit through a 2-hour video? Not me generally. I mean, there's some things I might do that for, but I understand that. so I was thinking in the future, I might hit the go live button and just have a ration right there, and bam, just go right into the review as soon as it's rolling. Do the review pretty much straightforward. It's going to take. I mean, there's no going to be edits, so you're going to have to wait for the stuff to heat up, and it's going to take a long time. But it would just be like a straight up review, and then once that's finished and like the food's all out and we tasted everything, then we can kind of visit and chat and have fun for however long we want. And then if somebody is saying like, oh, gschultz9, you keep putting out these live streams, but I don't like live streams. I want reviews. I want the old ones, and I'm not making them. I'm sorry, but you know what? Hit that live stream that I just did, and watch the first half, and it's a review.
Very customer service friendly, I might add.
Does anybody think that's a good idea, or just keep it as it is? I don't know.
By the way.
Oh, Craig and Claudia, welcome. Cranky Painter. I apologize. I'm at the point where I'm not reading this anymore at all. Bulobo. There's always like these names that are a little bit hard to pronounce. Bulobo. We got good beer. I understand that. I agree with that. And unfortunately, I don't like good beer. I like crap beer.
And the doctor told you shouldn't have beer anyway.
Derek Bike Mike,
Just
welcome.
confessing.
So, yeah, but actually, thanks for the as you said that. Thanks for the reminder. It's time to crack open a beverage because it's Memorial Day weekend in the States. I do want to say Happy Memorial Day to everyone, and I know that that's a controversial thing to say, but I have read, and I know that it's true. Like it's a somber and a serious holiday. But the truth of the matter is, it is still a holiday. I hope everybody does remember those who died for our freedoms and everything. And we want to honor them and remember them. But at the same time, I feel like the people who did do that don't want us to have a holiday where we sit around and be depressed and cry all day. Like they died for our freedom, and we should be enjoying our freedom. So it's still a summer holiday, but I do feel a little more comfortable saying Happy Memorial Day as opposed to just acknowledging this Memorial Day. So in line with the theme, I got some Molson Canadian. Interestingly enough, I bought these back in like January, and they've been, I thought we were going to do a stream a long time ago. We just never got around to it. Once again, I apologize for the lateness of the hour. But I was like, oh, this will go perfect with the Canada theme. And then they ended up, I had 2 of the 6-pack, and the other 4 ended up out on our terrace, our porch, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever it is.
And it was out there since then, so it's been out there like 4 or 5 months. Yeah, they have been. And it wasn't so bad in the winter because it was cold, but it's possible they might have frozen. And we also got warm weather, including the last couple days where it's been in the 80s. So it's possible this could be skunky. But I know that in general, it's a good beer. And what I did was I actually left, it got all condensation-y, but I left all the dust on it that was out there just to show that it was like sitting out in the, that was not a great,
Ew,
great hiss
that
there.
like barely.
Yeah, that was a little bit odd. It smells like beer. Cheers. Mrs. G, do you have a drink to cheers?
Maybe water. Cheers.
Cheers. Tonk. That was pretty impressive.
It's funny because this water container is supposed to look like a can of beer.
Tastes okay. I'm going to put this one back in the fridge.
I can put it back in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And it's not really a update that needs to be made, but I will say that I'm not drinking much anymore. A couple years ago, not to get too into it, but my doctor wanted me to try not drinking for a couple months to see if certain numbers would get better, health-wise and everything.
And they did.
And they kind of did. They kind of responded, but I never got the okay to go back to drinking. And of course, what doctor's going to say, like, hey, start kegging up and everything. So I was never really sure what to do, and I basically just backed off, and I have become from a regular beer drinker to a rare beer drinker. Still like to have one once in a while. If we go to a restaurant, I might get a mixed drink or something, but not doing too much drinking. But tonight's a special occasion, so I figured I'd do that. And meanwhile, Mrs. G, like as I was doing all this, we had January came, and she kind of decided to do the dry January. And she decided on her own, without being ordered by the doctor, like, oh, let's just stop drinking.
Well, I sleep so much better.
Yeah, there's a lot of
God.
things. She used to have like a glass of wine pretty much every night, red wine. That was, when they were saying that, like, oh, a glass of red wine is really healthy and really great for you. And she noticed when she would like drink at a restaurant, have like 2 glasses or something, she would have a hard time sleeping because of sulfates or something. That was what she was thinking. And so she would only have like 1, but sometimes sleep still wasn't great, and she determined that just by not drinking, she sleeps a lot better.
So basically, we're saying we're like no fun anymore.
Kind of, but I'm not cold turkey. I
know you're not.
I just don't drink. I mean, like for instance, this 6-pack. There's 4 left, and I bought it in January.
Wow.
I bought a couple
So
of
what are we gonna
6-packs
eat
since
first?
then. I bought a couple of the 6-packs since then. And Mrs. G also likes to get alcohol-free beer, which I hope you've stopped getting for me because I have no interest in it. If I'm gonna have a beer, I want to have a beer. If I don't want alcohol, I just want to drink a beer. That's
Wow.
anyway.
Okay then.
So
All right.
yeah, so we're gonna.
What are we gonna do?
This is kind of like some kid stuff here. We got the old debate, Canada versus U.S. of Smarties versus Rockets, where in the U.S. we call these Smarties, in Canada they call them Rockets, and these candy-covered chocolates they call Smarties in Canada. And I would say we call them M&Ms, but they're definitely different from M&Ms. But actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and open this up, and
Oh, dessert before dinner. Love it.
just because this has like a zip top, but it doesn't. Just oh, and I didn't even realize I thought these were just Smarties. We tried Smarties back at the holiday special, but these are bunch of Smarties. That's cool. I'm made with paper. So they're like little cookies. They're like little chocolate cookies with Smarties
Cookies
Smarties
or
inside of
just
them.
pieces of
Well, I
chocolate?
mean they're cookie shaped, but I think they're just like chocolate. And they're not terribly fresh, but
I like the ratio of
it's good. I was thinking,
chocolate pieces to chocolate.
yeah, some of them are like 1. This one's got 3 in it. But I was thinking we're gonna do straight up Smarties versus Rocket Sling, but I didn't realize that this was what these are, which is actually really cool. And we did that in December. There was some Smarties in the box, and we did check them out. And I think everybody knows what to expect from Rockets / US Smarties. And these little multicolored, kind of pastel colored candies. And I never realized until maybe like a year ago did you know that these are all different flavors?
What?
Apparently each of these colors is a different flavor.
I don't.
And I've never like been able to eat one and then another one to test them, and to me, they all taste the same. But anyway, that's Smarties and Rockets. If the creature comes out, I think we are going to check this out because I want to check this out since December. I kind of feel bad, and hopefully it hasn't gotten too oxidized or anything. I also want to try this cherry blossom, this chocolate covered cherry, which would have been perfect for Christmas because it's something that it's like a tradition of mine to have chocolate covered cherries because it was something my dad liked. What did I see? Hershey's Canada. So this is also for the O Canada thing, and I have my Expo 67 mugs. This one that I've had for like 15 years, and the one I got like 2 years ago. Probably be using those with the ration, and as I said, this one may be compromised. If so, we have a 2015 Beans and Weiners, which if this one's not compromised, we can save this for another stream at some point if we want. But hopefully this is going to be okay. And Marilyn, welcome. I'm glad to see my other moderators here. Let me see, just a quick check in before I get started, because I think, without further ado, after 25 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and open this up and see what we have. Friends of ours saw my post, and where I said that this was potentially compromised, and he responded, potentially compromised, I'm in. And yeah, so we have like a couple different groups of friends who I like say things on these things that doesn't occur to me how they might sound kind of funny or interesting, but if few years ago, we were looking at something, I don't know what it was, and after doing all the examination, I said all signs point to edibility, and they really like that. So now we also have potentially compromised. So I think it was in 2020, right, that the IMPs switched from this style that they used for decades. This is always a popular one. I always love this, how it looks like a brown bag lunch. You know, it's like just, I don't know, it's something really kind of cute about it, I guess. It may not be the right word to use, but but it's also not very durable. It doesn't really work all that well. I actually did a water test, a waterproof test with an IMP, an MRE, and a commercial MRE. It's pretty obvious what's going to happen because an MRE is in like this tough plastic and it's like all sealed, but this does not hold up to water. It is foil lined, so it's not just paper, which helps for its shelf life and whatnot, but still, it's still just paper. And they made this redesign, which is like really, really, really cool. And to me, this is the first one I've ever had. I've seen reviews of them. I've never actually had one. Thank you so much, Bourbon St Joe, for sending this along. I can still see a little bit of shininess from the oil there. But yeah, wording wise, it's similar. You have the name in English and French, the menu number. This one has the year on it, 15. It can be a little confusing because it doesn't say 2015, it just says 15. So you're like, oh, it's menu 15, but then it says menu 6 here. Maybe that's actually why they changed it to this, menu 10. And on the back, it says IMP 20. I never realized that's actually really smart too. And this one doesn't really have any information on it other than the little squiggly thing and actually a Facebook thing, which is interesting, and a website to check out. Military ration not for resale. Military ration not for resale, that's the same. It still has the squiggly thing and the Facebook thing. But this now actually has nutritional information right on the bag, which is really cool. I think it's XMRE does that with their commercial ones. And a few of the other companies too do that too, but it's another cool touch in addition to the more durable bag. And this also has a little tear strip, which we're going to use. And now we are in the ration. Mrs. G is doing exercises, so she's not actually...
I'm sorry, my back is hurting me.
That's all right. Hazard Clubs, welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Anybody I've missed, sorry. Welcome. We have 35 people here. I know everybody's not going to be in the chat, but welcome everyone. Sorry if Polly, you've never seen the bunch of Smarties. That's cool. So even is Canucks? Is that a bad word? Should I not say Canucks? I don't know. Even so, the Canadians are learning something new about Canada with this stream. So anyway. Of course, now I eat. 1 second, sorry.
You can't resist chocolate.
Mm.
You're such a chocoholic.
Nah, I like chocolate. I'm a chocoholic. I'm a sweetaholic.
Mm-hmm.
So they redesigned it, and I'm sure there's some new menus. This one, Bourbon St Joe, I was offering to send me one, and I asked if he had. I know this is like one that's probably in great demand. And I hope it wasn't his only one. I hope he didn't have any other, hope he had other options to try these. But I wanted to try the smoked meat with mustard sauce. I wanted something very Canadian. My very first IMP I ever did, which is probably like eight or 9 years ago at this point, somebody sent that to me, and that was smoked meat in demi-glace sauce, which I'm sort of surprised they don't make that one anymore. And I remember, I can't, I mean, it was so long ago, I can't remember exactly what it tastes like, but I remember it was delicious. And smoked meat is definitely a Canadian delicacy. If I'm not mistaken, the Canadians in the chat can confirm or deny. I believe it's a Montreal thing. Does that sound right? Like poutine,
Yes,
poutine is all across Canada, right?
Yeah.
But smoked meat is specifically
Montreal.
Montreal. And
Montreal. Yeah.
I'm sure other places like it and will serve it, whatever. But I got a confirmation from Paul that Canucks isn't a dig. That's good. Which I suppose it's good to know that because there's a whole hockey team by that name, and so that would be kind of bad if it was like the, the Vancouver, pieces of crap or something like that. That wouldn't be very nice.
Oh, honey.
I didn't use other words. So you take off the pull thing or whatever, as opposed to just ripping this one open or using a knife. And then there's a what do you call it, a zip, what do we call that? And you know what, this looks to be, so the whole thing itself is resealable. You can just zip that right up. But my first look in here, and everything appears to be dry. So it looks like we are in business. You know what? I'm almost wondering if the customs people put some like grease in the thing or some oil and just a big jerks or something, because like nothing seems like it leaked, but this thing was a mess. Look who we got. We might have a guest visiting pretty soon, and check this out. But all right, let's see what we have in here. And I'm gonna not. So I guess it's a little bit awkward to get stuff out of here because this thing isn't. You know, you can certainly rip it the rest of the way, but why would you want to do that when you can reseal it? Now let's see.
If you get hot, I'll fan you.
See for sure. This does not feel like it's greasy at all. And I was thinking, if anything, it would have been like peanut butter. But I actually checked out. CT did a review of this menu. Oh, wait a minute. No, why did I just spoke too soon, I think.
Well, it had to, but I mean, there's no sabotage by customs agents. They got work to do.
Let me just check. Sorry, maybe the Mars bar. But anyway, yeah, I was checking out a review by CT, and I didn't watch to see the food itself because I wanted to be surprised by it. But I looked at all the ingredients, but all the components, and there was not peanut butter, so that kind of got me a little bit worried. All right, I don't know what to make of it. I mean, it seems like it's a little bit. Anyway, let's just get on with it. So we have here smoked meat and mustard sauce. Smoked meat sauce moutarde. It's like the 114th day of 2020. But we know this is a 2020 ration. And here, I'm looking forward to Mrs. G checking this out. I'm not sure how much. Do you want it? Oh, you already ate, didn't you? I was gonna have you show what you were having for dinner.
Oh my god, I ate it so fast.
It's very not ration related, because knowing that this was coming up, she made herself a fried egg with, what was the green stuff? It wasn't kale.
No, it was not.
Was it Swiss chard?
Yes, it was.
Swiss chard and something else. What was the other thing? There's one other thing. Anyway, healthy stuff.
Garbanzo beans.
Garbanzo beans, yeah.
Olive oil.
Which I call garbanzo beans. But anyway, this is a date square. Another, I believe it's another Canadian favorite. So we have those two things. We have our entree. We have our dessert. What else we have? We have mélange de arachides, which is the peanut mix. And I did see this in the CT one. This is really nicely vacuum sealed. 92nd day of 2020. Peanuts, fine maple sugar. Whoa. Icing sugar. Oh, this sounds like it's gonna be good. Glucose, maple syrup. This is very like American touristy Canadian. With maple sugar, icing sugar, maple syrup, high stability canola oil, arabic gum. So it's just peanuts. Like the fact that it's peanut mix, I was like, it's not a trail mix, but maybe it's different kinds of peanuts, but it's just peanuts with cool stuff on it. Cannot wait to try that. And what else we have? We have a vanilla drink mix. And this is nice. It's actually in a pouch that has the gusseted bottom, so you can mix it up right in the pouch. Yeah, not sure how much. Doesn't say. It must say how much to add. 52 grams. I'm not sure. That's so weird. But anyway, vanilla drink mix. Is this like a protein? 12 grams of protein. I would call this a protein drink. Even though it
Definitely. 12 grams of protein.
doesn't say it on the bag itself, but that's a pretty good amount of protein. And the Canadian beverage bag, which is not called a hot beverage bag, but I'm sure you can use it for hot beverages. And it's got the gusseted bottom too. We also have an orange sports drink, 250 mils of water, so that should go in. That should work in the cup. I believe there's probably going to be 2 of these. We'll do one for now, and we'll save one, unless people are really thirsty. Hamburger bun, Pain hamburger. Second sports drink. Dessert, Mars bar. Another thing that I thought could have potentially been the culprit for the grease, but no, that's completely dry. And I'm looking forward to that. Something we don't have here. We have I don't know, M&Ms and a bunch of other things are made by the Mars company, but we don't actually have a Mars bar down here. And we have a Nescafe Sweet and Creamy, which I believe would be like a 3-in-1.
Ooh.
Well,
Wish I could have that right now.
you'll have it in a few minutes.
You'll have it.
You
I
mean?
like the 3-in-1s.
Well, that's interesting because I kind of do too, because I'm a coffee drinker.
Well, yeah, because it's sweet and creamy.
Yes, exactly. But I know in general you have your coffee black and you don't put anything in it.
Correct,
So,
but I do get 3-in-1s when I'm camping or
Camping and-
hiking.
yeah, that makes sense.
To add a little bit more. Actually, can I see the back of that? Does that have any?
yeah, it's
Protein
better
in it?
if you're looking at that than me, like just having nothing happening while I'm reading. And we have the Canadian spork, IMP spork, which is a really nice change from the old white spoon, which was the interesting thing about that was that it was just so long. This was also on the long side, but that was to get into these pouches.
Doesn't say though.
But this is a really cool one. It's a lot like the MRE spoon, a little bit longer, but has the addition of the spork end, which is very useful. Yeah, we're just about done. We got some Tic Tacs, which is always an appreciated thing. That's right, Gatsby. Fresh mint. And we have some matches. Always useful.
Ooh, wait.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I pulled this out earlier because I thought I was actually going to need it. Another sign that everything's fine inside is the, I thought they had gotten rid of this for some reason. Maybe they got rid of it and then re-added it. But the Canadian napkin, or paper in general, which is, I always thought this was nice because you can use it as a napkin. You can use it as like a, this might sound kind of dainty, but like as a place setting, like say you're eating out in the outdoors and you're like using a stump or just the ground or something, something to lay things on without getting dirty. You can also use it for cleaning up after yourself for various things, after you eat or after you do other things.
Various things.
And you can use it for kindling too, or if you're starting a fire. Very useful. It's just paper, but very useful paper. And what I'm saving for last, well, actually, we'll probably do this now that the girls are actually here. So this, what do you think this is, Mrs. G?
Let's see.
I think, yeah, you can.
That's a Canadian mint.
Good. I was afraid she would see this, don't tell her. That's what it would look like, doesn't it?
It does.
It does. Maybe we'll start with this. Hold on one second.
Can I help you? Can I help you?
Can I help you?
Can I help you?
You just vamp for a second.
Oh boy.
This is actually interesting.
This is actually interesting.
Yeah, actually,
unlike
for once.
the other stuff we were not doing. Yeah, you may be surprised to hear that I did eat before, but I was just anticipating this a little bit, that I would not be eating very much of this, so.
All right, so why would I get water
Why would you?
for a Canadian mint?
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah, that's weird.
Curtis, want to say this?
No.
Of course not. So here's your mint with a little flag on it.
Let me smell it.
Very not smelly.
Not minty, not smelly at all.
Whoops! I dropped it in the water.
Okay. Aha!
Ooh, it's not a mint, is it?
It's not.
Nope.
What the
It
hell
is.
What the?
Dum-de-dum-dum. What the? It is another cloth. So we have the paper, we have the napkin thing. I probably shouldn't have this in the water. And we also have this, which is basically just a compressed towel. Pretty tough though. I mean, you can this one you can actually use for cleaning. You can use it for all the other stuff for the other one. Granted, you have to wet it to expand it, but you can certainly let it dry after that. But
And reusable?
yeah, I would think. I mean, it's I think meant for like one use, but it's tough enough that it's not like paper. It's actually like cloth. It does rip. I pull out a little bit. It will rip, but pretty cool, huh?
Very cool.
And now I'm getting everything wet.
Hmm.
But ta-da! That's the first bit of magic for this
So
stream.
magical.
And all right, let me get the tray out. Oh, I also do want to say, you know, being it's Memorial Day weekend, we have a tradition in our house where we watch Saving Private Ryan.
Yes. We do.
Anytime would be a good time for it, but it seems like the right time for, you know, honoring those that have fallen in the past, and just a great movie in general. And just every once in a while, I kind of think like, well, maybe we'll skip it this year, but we generally have watched it every year for the last at least 12 years or so, like since before we moved here. And maybe we could have a little discussion as favorite war movies. My favorite war movie of all time is The Great Escape. Saving Private Ryan might be my second favorite of all time. This is a bit of a weird cover. This is the Criterion Collection one, which I finally splurged on. I have like 4 different versions of this, but and Kelly's Heroes and Where Eagles Dare, another couple of good ones too. If anybody wants to talk amongst yourselves about favorite war movies.
Well, did you know that my teacher's going to Normandy?
No,
This summer?
I'm glad you mentioned that because I would imagine that the viewers aren't aware that we went to Normandy last year. It was a very impressive trip, right, Minnie?
Yeah, I loved it. It was so cool. I was like, take me
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, we started watching Band of Brothers when we got back, which we had never gotten around to watching before, but we didn't finish it. Anybody want to try these? Let me know what you think. Those are Smarties. Well, Smarties in chocolate. Let me see.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, let me know what you think. You see this compressed napkin.
Ah. Yeah, that would be not so great if I started chewing.
Wouldn't want to eat that.
Ah.
Let's just adjust things a little bit here. Twink. All right, and
Ooh.
wow, this is weird how it's like a solid chunk of meat, is it? It's not what I expected, but Mrs. G, would you care to throw this in some boiling water?
I would like
After you're done
nothing
choking?
more.
You okay?
And choke first. Yeah, just one time around. I had a paper towel like 2 months.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Compressed towel. Hold on a second. Let me squeeze this out. Oh, you want to put that in there?
Oh.
Sorry, folks. What,
You want me to do it like this?
Oh, I don't know, I guess so.
Oh, I'm putting this whole thing in a pan?
I was thinking that. Yeah.
Okay, I just understand.
Because then we could also do this. I was also thinking, because we have 4 people here, I know everyone's not interested in having this for dinner. But I didn't mention this, did I? I started talking about it, and I forgot to finish mentioning it. The craft dinner, this was also in the Bourbon St Joe box, which is funny because we just call it craft macaroni and cheese, but there it's, up in Canada, it's craft dinner, which is kind of cool. And this isn't just macaroni and cheese, this is poutine flavor, which I know is probably not the right pronunciation, but that's the pronunciation I use. And so I did want to try this, and kind of wanted to try it on a stream at some point, so we're doing it now. So why don't we do that? We'll heat up.
I totally did the wrong thing. I opened the package.
Oh no!
Yes,
Really?
I did.
Why?
I'm not sure because I'm tired. Hold on.
Oh. All right, well, it's in there, so. All right, well.
Amateur hour.
Yeah, maybe Mrs. G won't be doing ration reviews.
Honey.
Well, what are you doing now? You just leave it in there and heat it up, I guess, at this point. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, well, in the meantime, did you put on more hot water? Because this one is, the directions are only microwave directions, which is unfortunate. This is weird. Anyway,
Here, hot water.
well, like if I want boiling, because this is supposed to be in a microwave. So it only has microwave directions. Sorry, folks, just trying to reset here a little bit. So I wanted to do, like sometimes they do with cup of soup where you can just add boiling water, and I'm hoping that's going to be hot enough to take care of it. Because I wanted to see what poutine flavored macaroni and cheese craft dinner, I should say, is like. So we have this stuff here, and it does say on the thing that there should be some powder in there, so that's normal, even if it is a year out of date. Okay, so we get the entree heating up in a pan. Is there anything else that needs to be heated? Wow, I'm like all discombobulated now. Let's check out the peanut mix. As I said, very vacuum sealed. Maybe we can see if we can actually get a little hiss out of this. Who knows? Nope. No hiss, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned about this. There's the peanuts. I don't really smell much of a flavor on them, or, you know, smell coming off of them besides peanuts, but that's fine. A little, I mean, just a little bit, but it's not, considering we have fine maple sugar, icing sugar, and glucose and maple syrup. I thought it was going to be very, very sweet smelling. And then we have those. We have our Mars bar. And we can heat up the date square. All right, this one we're going to heat up in the pouch.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh, that's already cut?
Yeah.
You can see it all the way through? That's it.
Just stop. Don't say that.
Let's turn that down. Sorry, folks. Right
Sorry, folks.
there.
Hey guys, ba 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 ba.
Do a little different here.
So, how's everyone doing?
You can't believe it. So what is up with you, small town?
So, what's up with you?
We have a daughter who had a special day today.
Yep.
It was her last day of high school.
Woo!
So yeah, we're going through some transitions here. We have somebody who's going to be graduating at her last day of high school. We got somebody who's finishing up 9th grade. Here's the hamburger bun.
You want me to pour this in?
Sure. Let's see. Looks like the line's right here. Where did I put the spoon? Where's the spoon?
Did I hit it?
Looks good. Yeah, we'll see if this becomes tender after 3 minutes. We'll hope for the best. Yeah, so yeah, we have our little kids aren't little anymore. Let me see. 1 second. I just gotta see when you put the stuff in it, stir in sauce after it's tender. Okay. So actually, you know what I'll do? I'll put that back over there. Do that a few minutes while we check out the pain hamburger. Yeah, it's sort of interesting that there's no. That's pretty satisfying, isn't it? Having that little compartment and being like, boop. There's no peanut butter or no jelly. Well, that's just the way it is. And now we're gonna need 250 mils of water. Let me check out the thing here.
Wow. I left for like a half a second and came back and
Hey, what's going on?
yeah, you've already got the bun and you've got the nuts.
Remember some of the I think it's the British one. Isn't that the one that has like 500 milliliter drinks? It's like, I don't exactly know how you make that. It's not very convenient. But this is 250 mils, so it's a little bit easier. And we'll try some orange sports drinks. What do we miss? Anybody else here?
Yeah, everybody's saying
Four man.
congratulations and
Rob Flood, welcome. John Petruna, welcome. We got it up to now 41. This is very up at the top. I think this is going to make a bit of a mess. No, not too bad. And it's actually a little bit clumpy in there. Oh, that's sort of weird. But that's probably okay.
probably okay.
It is what it is. It's powder. I mean, how bad is it going to get, you know? And of course, this one does come with 2 of these, if that doesn't look like a lot to drink. Hey, oh. Oh, and we still have the vanilla one too, and the coffee. We got a bunch of beverages. All right, let's stir that up and let it, it's really just mixing pretty good. So those little clumps get a chance to mix up. And the vanilla one, which does not actually say how much water to use, but let's see if there's a line inside. Sometimes there's not. I can smell it already. It's smelling pretty good. Oh, third line right there. Okay.
Oh, there's line.
There's a line. Put the line on the coconut and drink it all up.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of hard though. I mean, the line is on the outside, and you have to like try and
Yeah, that is weird. Like how
put
we.
it on the inside.
Yeah.
Line up the line. Okay, that's about right. Maybe slightly less, which I like because I want to be able to taste it.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to dilute it.
Yeah. And we'll zip that back up and give this a good shake. Does it say this is zip tight and shake? You know, like some of the rest ones, like the dairy shake powders, you have to shake for like 60 seconds. This doesn't seem like it needs that much, but
Did you mix the vanilla and the orange grape?
you know what? That's actually funny. I thought you were gonna say the vanilla and the coffee, which would be something, but. Booger butt, welcome. And is that a serious hack or is that a joke? Because to me, they wouldn't really go good together. The idea of orange and vanilla does sound good because it sounds like a creamsicle, but I'm not sure about with these things. Could try it. We'll put this one in here. I'm sure that doesn't hurt to give it a little bit more, make sure all the corners are mixed up. You want to do a good job. And we will need a little bit more. This is some hot water in there, right?
Yeah, I can get it. Do you want hot water or cold water?
Hot for the coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Is that how I pronounce it, Leanie?
No, hot.
Hot.
Hot. It's not a U, it's an O.
Here's our vanilla. I guess I could have gone with a little bit more, but it'll be tasty. All right, and then we have our Nescafe 3-in-1. How did the ingredients look? Did it look like a good thing?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping
little
to
wet.
see like a little protein, caloric number sitch, but
Oh yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like
I feel like in the U.S. it would have that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is sort of surprising. I mean, in the MREs, the coffee usually doesn't have any nutritional information, and the little sugar packet doesn't, and the little creamer packet doesn't either. Actually, I think at least one of those does have calories on it at least, but
You know this?
this seems like a more substantial package, so you would kind of think that it would be on there. It smells good though.
Mm. Yes. I
Smells
like the
even
smell
good
of that.
for a non-coffee drinker like me. It's looking good.
Yeah, that's. Don't water it down too
No,
much.
yeah, I'm just gonna go even less than that, but. Okay. Okay. Looks like coffee. And I will get a little bit of a taste here because I gotta try out the spoon. So we're getting down to it.
Mm-hmm.
We have one more sports drink here. I think, actually, I guess we're doing two things at once
You
because
are
it is time
multitasking.
to see how the Oh yeah, those are a little bit crunchy, but it'll work. I probably could have mixed this up while we're doing that. All right, so a little bonus thing. We're gonna have the poutine mac and cheese. So this would be the cheese sauce in the regular Kraft dinner or Kraft macaroni and cheese. I can't really tell what's making it. It almost has like a chicken
Boy,
broth kind of a.
this is.
I guess it's supposed to be smelling like French fries, cheese curds, and gravy. Doesn't
All
really.
that in a pouch.
I mean, if this is gonna taste like poutine
I guess.
or Putin,
You don't have to put butter in it or anything?
this is the mix.
That's it's in the mix.
It's like like a one of those macaroni and cheese instant things. So it's just add water. All right, it looks a little bit weird.
It does. Well, it's like the color of gravy.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's not supposed to have that
Yeah.
fake orange color that macaroni and cheese has because it's not macaroni and cheese. It's poutine and cheese. Well, you know what I mean. Now let me get a whiff. Yeah, like if I didn't realize and I thought this was just macaroni and cheese, I'd be like, something went wrong there. That's not quite right. It has almost no smell at all. Give it a touch of butter, okay.
Yeah, no, it smells like a chicken bouillon cube or something. Just a seasoning.
Yeah, but kind of very mild though. It's not
Yeah.
like it's not much coming off at all, other than the smell of pasta almost. John Petroni, I hope the Kraft dinner poutine is better than. It's true. They one of my favorite things about the IMPs is the flavors of Canada, as it were. You know, the smoked meat. What's another one? There's another one that's like a classic thing. And then of course they actually made poutine, and it's like, oh, that's awesome, but it doesn't really translate to a pouch meal. You know, it's like potatoes instead of French fries, because French fries wouldn't stay in one piece in the thing, and this wasn't that great, unfortunately. All right, now one more sip of this, and I think we're ready for our main.
Are we? Even though I screwed it up.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's been Mrs. G. Schultzified. All right.
At least you didn't burn the water.
What's that, bread and water?
At least you didn't burn the water.
Oh. At least we always have bread and water.
That's not what I said.
But that's what it sounded like. All right, so here's the. Yeah, it looks like a real home cooked meal because it's in a pan.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is normally the point where we would be showing you the pouch and opening it up and pouring stuff out. And instead, it's going to be a little bit more like real food. I mean, obviously, this is certainly, it's not necessarily how you do it in the field, but it's definitely obviously an option. It's food in a pouch. It's ready to eat. It just needs to be heated up. So other than microwave, because it's metal in the pouches, you can pretty much do it however you feel like it. Oh. And like I said, I just cheated a little bit, had a little taste there. The last time I had, well, I think it was the last time I had smoked meat. It was that first one, and that was in the demi-glace sauce, which I don't know exactly what that means, but this looks really good, doesn't it? That doesn't even look like a ration. Wow. I don't know if Mrs. G is as impressed as I am, but...
You know what was running through my mind? Because a few people mentioned they're watching on a television, I'm like, I cannot imagine seeing this big hunk of meat on a large screen TV.
Big hunk of meat.
Oh, boy.
Unless I forgot something, I think that's it. I guess I can open the Mars bar, because we are going to try that. So I guess I will open that up. And then we will dig into this. now that we're an hour into the stream.
And a lot of people are commenting that, you know, you put the meat
Oxidation.
and the gravy on the bun kind of situation.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much a given because the fact that there's no peanut butter or jelly or cheese spread. Okay, so you're probably not gonna be too crazy about the Mars bar because it's very oxidized, but I don't anticipate any issues with it, other than not looking like a standard Mars bar. The pan hamburger, which it seems like almost seems like it's more like a wheat than a white. Have they changed these? Wow, for all the grief that the wheat snack bread tastes for not being like bread, this smells kind of chemically, doesn't it?
Ooh,
It's
wow,
not-
that does.
It's not really a fresh bread kind of smell. But this is usually where I would stop and take a picture to show in the review. But here we are. Here is the 2020 smoked meat with mustard sauce. Without further ado, let's try some smoked meat with mustard sauce. This almost feels like it needs a knife. I mean, it's gonna
You want a knife?
break up easily. No, it'll break up. It's just like I was surprised. I thought it was gonna be on little pieces, and we gotta give another little close up here. Let's see if we can have any bloopers as I spill drinks all over the place. Oh man, are you not thinking this looks good? To me, this looks really, really good.
It's smoked meat. I'm gonna try it for sure.
I'm gonna try. And I will be the first to give it a try here. Well, that's really good. I think it does have a similar taste to that demi-glace. You are getting some of the mustard flavor, but it's not. I thought it was going to be sort of overpowering and kind of just take over the whole thing. But it's kind of in the background a bit, which is good, I think. This is something I wouldn't want to just taste like mustard. But this meat is kind of like a corned beef almost. This is really, really good. As you can see, it's real. It's not like all overly processed. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's like processed and reformed. I don't know, but to me, it seems like it's pretty real. No, I better get Mrs. G's opinion on that. The sauce definitely helps it too. It's good on its own, but it's a lot better with the sauce. IMHO. Yep. I'm eating this. All right. Who wants to try the smoked meat before it's all gone? And I'm just going to go ahead and do this because we're going to get to this at some point, so I'll just do it now.
All right, I have a little nacho situation in the kitchen. All right. Oh, you're gonna eat it on the bread.
Nacho. There's smoked meat in here.
I'm not eating that on the bread.
That's nacho smoked meat. All right, you ready to try it?
Yep.
Mrs. G has already had dinner, but she is going to try.
Okay. Hands off. Hands off. So this is the mustard.
Yeah, mustard sauce. I thought it was going to be really mustardy.
Okay.
I think it's pretty subdued. Not very. It's not overpowering or anything.
And very salty, which they are. They
Yeah.
tend to be very salty.
Yeah,
'cause they have to be.
rations tend to be salty, and smoked meat I think is a salty dish.
It's interesting because it really does take. I mean, it is smoked meat, obviously, but it tastes pretty good actually.
That's good. When you had that little delay there, I was like, oh, it's coming.
Yeah, the flavor's really good.
I think it's really good. Definitely better than the poutine, which I know you didn't try. The
Okay.
IMP.
Oh yeah.
And while this is still warming before it gets soggy, like a waterlogged, I'm gonna try this too. Poutine craft dinner.
Wow.
Still hot.
It's still hot. Tastes like poutine.
No. And granted, this is also a year out of date. It's possible it's not doesn't taste exactly what it's supposed to, but
Oh, you want to try some?
it's different than macaroni and cheese.
Over there.
But you can tell it's related. All right, we're gonna have a guest.
Do you like poutine?
Me?
No, I'm asking. I know
Me?
you like poutine.
I don't
You
know
would
if-
die for poutine.
I don't know if she's ever had poutine.
It's French fries with gravy and
Oh.
cheese curd
Cheese
on it.
curds.
It's fine.
It's fine.
This is fine.
Yeah.
Oh, we have one
Does it
fine.
taste like mac and cheese?
Mrs. G's gonna try it though.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, it's sort of nice because if you're gonna get a little bowl of macaroni and cheese and maybe try something different, you don't want it to taste exactly the same.
Babe, do you want to try
You're
it?
getting some good hums there. I was a little surprised to hear
Sure.
that.
Bring it over to me.
So yeah, poutine. You probably don't know what poutine is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you do. Have you had it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We see. We think we
Poutine's
have.
everywhere.
I think we have 3
It's
thumbs
good.
up from everybody
I like
else. Or yeah, she hasn't tried it yet.
I like it.
No, we got a bunch of thumbs up. I think I'm like the least fan of this.
Really?
But
You're the
that's-
least fan.
That's not to say I don't like it. It's just it's an interesting flavor. Girls, do you want to try the smoked meat? Does anybody want to try this?
Okay, thank you.
We even did it without the microwave. It's amazing.
What do you think?
Okay,
You good?
very good.
Hound? Yeah, everybody seems to like it. You're gonna pass on the bread, I'm guessing. I probably,
Oh, that is not happening. That smells
I probably
so
shouldn't have given.
chemical.
I probably shouldn't have given you that smell. but
Chemical.
It's a weird smell. It's like it almost smells. I guess it's a wheat. What does it smell like?
I can't even tell you.
It smells like something that goes on something.
Hmm.
But yeah, definitely pretty chemically. But a good conveyance for, well, an okay conveyance for the really good meat. That was really good. Anything going on? Paul's leaving. All right. I said sorry I'm not keeping up with everything, but can't do 2 things at once.
All right, you going for the drinks?
Yeah, after I have my drink. Yeah, let's do the sort of standard thing. So this is gonna be interesting to see how this compares to the U.S. orange flavored drinks. It's actually pretty similar. I think some of the Canadian ones that had like a different taste, like they were.
It tastes more tangerine-y.
Mm.
Do you get that?
Yeah, maybe that's what makes it almost taste a little more natural, just because it's different than the standard artificial orange taste.
And when is that? A little bit more sour than sweet? I'm not really sure.
Could be. Let's see what do we have here. It's still nothing. It's like the U.S. ones that say orange sports drink in very big letters. No fruit juice. Sugar, dextrose, citric acid, salt, artificial flavor, potassium citrate, ascorbic acid, tricalcium phosphate, and color.
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 So
So.
it's pretty similar to the U.S. one, I would think. You know what? Yeah, the sort of tangerine taste. It almost kind of reminds me of the non-carbohydrate electrolyte ones in the U.S. that kind of taste like Tang. It has a little bit of a tang to it. I'm gonna go back to the meat. Well, now we're gonna try these peanuts.
Cool.
I'm gonna give Mr. G some. We're gonna try them at the same time. Oh, this one. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's why it's a peanut mix. I get it. There's plain peanuts, And then it's peanuts that are covered with these various
Oh,
concoctions.
like sugary bits?
Yeah, remember it's ingredients: peanuts, fine maple sugar, icing sugar, glucose, maple syrup, and then a bunch of like doohickeys. But yeah, you can see there's different ones. They almost look like what do we have? Those peanuts that are like the beer peanuts or whatever. Oop. So here's some for Mrs. G.
Or not.
And I'll get some too, and we'll try it at the same time.
Okay. Is there gonna be a
All right,
countdown?
now I got all the covered ones. I want to get some. That's what I really mostly want. Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Why are you guys taking my...
Mm. Oh, I like the maple.
Mm-hmm.
And I like they did it on.
Tastes like the French burnt peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Kona kind reminds me of. So I like this because a lot of the U.S. ones, the trail mixes and the peanuts, they're not salted for some reason, which always annoys me because MREs are so like famous for having too much sodium in them, being really salty. But a lot of times the entrees are bland and they actually need salt, and then the trail mixes don't have salt in them and they're kind of boring.
Can I try some of the coffee?
The 3-in-1.
3-in-1.
Mm-hmm. But this is really good. Like you do have the plain peanuts in there,
That's tasty.
but the taste is masked with the sweetness on these other ones. I can't really tell if you can tell the difference between which ones have the maple syrup versus the icing sugar versus the fine maple sugar, but
So yummy.
they're all good.
The 3-in-1 is delish.
Yep, this is going to be the kind of coffee I can drink.
Mm-hmm.
But it just still tastes like coffee. It's not like the U.S. one, the cappuccino one. That's like it's more on the side of the sweetness and the flavor than it is the coffee. We're running out of things to try. A little bit more of this before it starts going cold. Most of this I'm going to finish after, and I don't think anybody else is going to be having any.
Oh, and you didn't try the protein drink either.
you tried this.
Yeah, we did try.
Mm-hmm. Let me clean this up and stir that up again. And I can use my compressed towel to clean this. Whoa. Oh, Lord. It turned into a shake. Maybe I could have used a little bit more water.
Uh-oh. Why? It's too thick?
That's what she said. It's
Dad.
it's definitely a thick drink. All that protein, I guess.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's not...
Try a very, very small.
I'm
Taste.
not sure I can.
Look, you could lick the spoon if you want.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because it's sap, but that really thickens up. And I may have gone a little bit less than the line, but not much. It's pretty tasty though. I'm probably gonna have different opinions on these. It's like the sweet tooth part.
Mm-hmm.
I think it tastes pretty good. I don't think it's quite as good as a regular dairy shake, like a vanilla dairy shake. You know, you start adding in the protein, and it sort of changes the whole profile of it, and it becomes more about getting protein in your body than it is about flavor. You know, obviously that's an important thing, but yeah, I think it tastes pretty good. And that's everything except for dessert. I tried all the drinks, right? We have this oxidized Mars bar. Oh yeah, it's still soft. There's nothing wrong with this thing.
Yum. What is a Mars bar?
That's a good
Nougat?
question. It's kind of, let's see if it tastes like a Milky Way or something. It has, I can see caramel and like, yeah, chocolate nougat kind of thing inside of there. I know we've had these. I think we had this in England like 25 years ago.
What? Wait a minute. When we went to England, that was 25 years ago.
I thought I was joking, but actually, yes, that was 1999.
Lord. Oh my god.
Wow. I probably shouldn't have said that one.
Wow.
That was a quarter century ago. But I remember having one there because that was the first time I've ever seen one.
Delicious.
Oh, you just ate that whole piece.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to?
No, I'm impressed because I thought you would be turned off by the. See, Mrs. G is hardcore with the. She's not scared off by oxidation on the chocolate.
That doesn't bother me.
Mom.
Critters,
Okay.
candy bar.
Yep.
Yep.
And the Reese's.
Yeah, but I also have.
And what would you say it tastes like? Kind of like a Milky Way. It's like a. It's like a less sweet Milky Way. I think.
The caramel is very soft. It's
All right.
almost like, what is it? It's like a Twix bar without the cookie inside.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. But with like a nougat kind of thing. Yeah. All right. So we got to finish up with a crowd favorite here. So we had dessert. Now we're gonna have dessert. And we're gonna check out this Reese's peanut butter cups. It says cups, but it's a cup. A ½ pound, which I'm surprised it doesn't say like a 0.26 kilo or whatever. But let's see, what do we have on here for Best Buy? Last August. Yeah, whatever. No problemo. Let's see here. It's possible this could have been the culprit of the.
Oh, really?
Just because I can't think of anything else that would
Yeah, and there's
set off
nothing.
that amount of oil. But no, the
It's such a mystery.
the cardboard thing here is
Perfectly dry.
perfectly. Yeah, you would think if that oil had got on that,
Wait.
it would have
but look
gotten
at the corner.
inside of the.
Or is that a reflection? Lower. Oh, that was the reflection.
Yeah, this is
like,
one
oh my
little
God.
teeny tiny thing, but that's nothing. Let's see. I'll get a knife and cut this rather than bite
I'll
it.
get the knife. Ugh.
So we have the ½ pounder. I know somebody's excited to try this. Oh, wow. Thank you. Oh, thank you. What do you girls think?
It's good. Yep.
Tastes like anything? Kind of like a Milky Way, sort of? Oh, this is nice and soft here. Oop. I was going to use the butter knife because...
Oh, you did?
It's like a pie. That won't come out. There we go. Ooh, look at that. That is a big Aid peanut butter cup.
Yum.
I'll take the first bite. Yeah, tastes like a peanut butter cup. It's a lot of peanut butter filling.
Ooh, I get to try some?
You have to
Oh my god, that looks amazing.
have to lick your fingers afterward.
Oh my god. The proportion of chocolate too. The peanut butter. Oh my god. Handy dandy that we have this Canadian mint to wipe our with.
Yeah, somebody's been waiting to try this for about 5 months.
Oh.
Hopefully it'll taste good.
What do you think? Good?
Yeah, it tastes like normal.
Just a lot more of it.
I would just say it's definitely the flavors are more intense because the proportion of chocolate in that is much higher.
It's very good though for being about 10 months out of date.
Yeah. I love it. I love
Nice.
that.
The other critic can have some in a little bit. Oh, I think we wait a minute. I said I was gonna try this and kind of getting deserted out, but I do want to try the cherry blossom chocolate covered cherry. And we're not even an hour and a half into this. This is actually going pretty good. I mean, we can end it right now, and I don't know if this had a best buy date on it, but you can see some of the innards there are coming out.
It's delightful.
I don't think it's survived the time quite as well as the other stuff we've had.
Oh, I thought it was the same thing. I don't have my glasses
It
on.
kind of dried up
So what
inside.
is that? What's that thing?
It's basically a
Cherry?
chocolate covered cherry,
Oh, okay.
but the
That's so cool looking though.
creamy stuff inside has turned into like a white solid thing, and it's nothing. There's no liquid coming out, but it still tastes good.
I mean, that could have been a misnomer anyway. Who knows?
It's possible.
Actually.
Not exactly what I expected, but I've also never had chocolate covered cherry from Canada, so who knows?
That's like one of your favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It still tastes good. Maybe chocolate seems to be a little less quality chocolate flavor than these two things, though, for whatever reason. It could just be the age. I don't know, but we'll finish that. I don't know. Should we wrap things up?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry again, folks, that I haven't been. What's Magnum saying? That I haven't been keeping up with the chat. Hopefully, Mrs. G's been checking in with people.
Yeah,
And
a little.
we're at 31.
Marilyn's doing a great job. Thank you all for hitting the thumbs up.
Oh,
Really,
yeah.
really appreciate it.
I didn't appreciate that. I never even think I'd say that.
But yeah, that makes a huge difference in ensuring that other people see the content. And yeah, I'm glad you did this video. It's a busy time of year, but I'm glad you had a minute to do this. It's good.
Yeah, and you guys can look forward to more. More content from Mrs. G, and hopefully some more videos from Kiwi Dude, and Smoky Streams, and all the regular stuff that we used to having around here, and all the new reviews that people are still making, and yeah, it's good times. I hope everybody in the U.S. has a good Memorial Day weekend. Hope people have some time off and get to enjoy that. People not in the U.S. I don't know whether if anyone else has long weekends, but either way, it's Friday. Unless we're talking to people from the other side of the continent and they're already finishing up. I don't know if they're earlier or later. Friday. Yeah, actually, Kiwi said it's Saturday morning, so obviously it's still a weekend. It's not going to be more than a day off. But I hope everybody has a good weekend then. And some other oh shoot. I guess this other stuff's gonna have to wait because it feels like we're wrapping things up. I did have, I need to try these. These I believe also came with the Bourbon St Joe stuff. I'm gonna open them. These are already passed. He actually sent some. As I was just in the middle of saying goodbye, and I'm like, "Well, wait, we got more stuff." He'd sent some ramen, which if we had the time and everything, we'd also make that and this. But this is fried noodle flavor potato chips.
Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing.
August of 2023, these were Best Buy. But we're gonna give them a try.
Oh, from Indonesia.
Yeah. Oh, did you say that?
No, it said it on the back of the packaging. I saw that.
Yeah. Because at first I was confused. Like some of the stuff in the box, I thought might have came from our Japanese friends, but this one I'm pretty sure I do remember being in Bourbon St Joe's box. Smell first. It does kind of smell like ramen. At first I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" And I was like, "Oh, it smells like ramen." Like it seems like it should.
How does it taste?
I'll let you be the judge. Kind of reminds me of those chicken and a biscuit crackers.
Definitely. Ooh, spicy though.
Yeah. It's definitely got more. I mean, and it does taste like a spicy ramen.
Now I'm getting hot. I am gonna open this.
Critters, you're gonna have to. Yeah, I'm just getting a little warm. Critters, you're gonna have to try this. It's pretty good. And they're still plenty crunchy, despite being out of date. And then there's these Bigfoot cheese-flavored corn snack. I have to try this, and I do feel bad about this also being out of date. Only from November, only like a half a year as opposed to almost a year. But I was very curious about these, and there's a part of me that almost would like to just save this, but then it's just gonna go bad and get rotten. But I like Bigfoot. The legend of Bigfoot is something that's been a thing with me since I was a kid. And I'm sure I have a feeling Bourbon St Joe had no idea about that when including this. But it's kind of cool that these are like little footprints of Bigfoot. I was gonna open it from the bottom so I could save the bag, but I forgot. It's kind of like Big Paw. Big Paw. Oh, Does anybody want to? Big word to say goodbye.
Is it a little what? In the bed?
No, just to say goodbye.
Whoa.
In the bed.
Oh my gosh. Those are crazy looking.
Bocadillos de maíz con sabor de queso. Bigfoot.
Doesn't appear right this second, but I'm just saying.
Oh
Well,
my
if you
gosh.
want. Let's make sure the
Oh
food's
my
out
gosh,
of here.
these are hilarious.
It's kind of neat, huh? All right, yeah, I tried those. That's good. That's enough things to try. I think we're gonna have a little visitor say goodbye.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bigfoot sighting.
Small mistake.
You like it?
They're actually, I like the flavor.
Yeah, it's not the same as like those Cheetos, the puffy Cheetos. It's like it's its own thing. It's something different.
It's good.
And yeah, we do have the whole family here now, and I think now that we're gonna say goodbye, maybe we'll have goodbye from the fifth member of the family.
Hey, I need a snap.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh, what do you smell? What do you smell?
Mm-mm.
Nothing here for you to eat.
Can I have some peanut butter cup?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Should I put them down?
Hi, Piggy.
You're free.
You want to say hi? Well, thank you for joining us, everybody. I'm glad.
Baby skunk.
glad
Someone
people-
said baby skunk.
No, you don't talk about skunk. Hey, Smokey. Did you just get here? I'm sorry to say we're actually wrapping things up, but it's been a lot of fun.
You did miss pig.
We tried the 2020 IMP from Bourbon St Joe, and it was excellent. There was no. Actually, I was a little surprised now that I think of it, that this was as oxidized as it was, considering it's only from 2020, which now it's 4 years ago. To me, that it seems super fresh. But I was worried that there might be some leakage in it, and everything was fine. So yeah, sorry that we're getting ready to cut off, but it might be worth actually watching some of this.
Hi.
A lot of fun.
Oh.
Kiwi was here. I don't know if he's still here, but
Dead.
yeah, we had quite a few people hanging out. Oh, somebody's tired. Is it time for
I
bed?
am. Oh, you're talking to guinea pig?
Time for bed. Time to cut the stream.
Ay, ay, ay.
This is something he likes. He doesn't like to admit it, but he likes having his chin rubbed.
Is this something?
Ay, ay, ay.
I wish he'd do his trick too.
Why are they so round?
Mm-hmm.
They
All
are
right,
a menu
yeah,
item.
I guess I keep saying thank you, but thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been fun.
We're not
and
gonna eat
we're
you.
gonna make it a little bit of a short one, so be a little less. Oh, Smokey is something that if you just tune in. What does that look like? Bad macaroni
Gross.
and cheese. Gross.
Gross.
It's Kraft dinner, but instead of macaroni and cheese, it's poutine flavor. As we're celebrating. Oh,
Huh?
somebody smells it.
Oh.
What does that smell like?
Oh.
Maybe get him a snacky snack or something so he doesn't attack the food. He's like, there's a lot of gross smells over here. Sorry, I'm like trying to say goodbye and at the same time feed
I know,
the family.
he is big. It's like a lot of people comment on how big they are, and we don't realize he's so huge because we're like used to the size, but like they are really big, and he's very fat. Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
He's also chubby. He's very
He seems
chubby.
small until we see our neighbor's hamster, right?
Oh my gosh.
It's like the size of his head, basically. All right, Coco. He's kind of facing the wrong way, but yeah, I guess that's gonna be a wrap, right?
It's a wrap.
I feel weird, like I just get like drawn on because I feel like I need to make it go to 2 hours, but I think
No,
an hour and a
please
half is plenty for this one. So we are going to, if I can figure out how to turn this off, we are going to wish everyone a good night and thank you for joining us. And good night.
Right.
Good night.